Then we have a pretty good game as well from the Jazz and Nuggets, the final game of the day. And Donovan Mitchell had 22 first half points. Jamal Murray had 18 first half points. But the story of this series right now is the insanity coming from the Jazz when you look at their stat line as a team. 57 and a half from the field, 48.3 from three-point land, and 86.1. Like you look at the stats from Denver, and honestly, you would think they really don't have business losing this game, other than the fact they didn't get to the free throw line enough. But they shot 49% from the field as a team, 38 and a half, like just over 38 and a half from three, which is not terrible. It's good enough. You have 17 offensive rebounds. You have only 6 turnovers, where you forced 10 turnovers by Utah, and Utah only had 6 offensive rebounds. You win the overall rebound battle of 40-37, but the shooting coming out of the Jazz right now is just ridiculous. Donovan Mitchell ended the game with 51 points. You had Jamal Murray ending the game with 50 points. He scored a buzzer beater 3, which he should have shot the ball quicker. I mean, he's still trying to dribble and do, like, you never know. They're only down by 5 at that point. He knocks down a 3 with like 3 seconds to go. You get immediate foul. They miss one of the free throws. Donovan Mitchell actually just missed a free throw the time before. You have a chance to get a 3-pointer with 2 seconds left. Anything could happen, but he's lackadaisical and just ended up shooting the ball right at the buzzer. He did make it. He had a fantastic game. It's hard to criticize him too hard, but it's just those little things that get you farther in the playoffs, and it's unfortunately that he didn't pull that off. Jokic had a 29-point game. He was only 3 for 10 from three-point land, which is unfortunate, which that could have made a big difference if he could have knocked down a few more three-pointers. And Mike Conley had another good game with 26 points. Jordan Clarkson, I think his name was? Crap. What's his first name? Yeah, Jordan Clarkson, yep. He just went crazy off the bench. 24, 9 for 13 from the field, 4 for 7 from three-point land. Another huge, and that was all they got from the bench. I mean, a combined 7 points from the rest of their bench. So Clarkson coming off the bench provided huge numbers, especially when you have a starter in Ingles going 0 for 4 from the field with 0 points. That was a big deal for them. But you had the Jazz up 4 with just under a minute to go, and it was the Nuggets had the ball. The refs miss a foul on Rudy Gobert on Jamal Murray that he clearly hits his arm, which is extremely unfortunate because Mitchell was getting every call, And I'm not going to say, if you look at this, before it came down to where the Jazz were up by 6 and the game was out of reach, you had 9 free throws for the Nuggets and 32 for the Jazz on the game. Now, I was watching the game, and I'm not going to say that I saw a bunch of fouls that the refs missed, so there's definitely an argument that the Nuggets needed to attack more, needed to do more to get to the free throw line. But Mitchell was getting just every single call. If you sniffed Mitchell too hard, they were getting the call. So it stinks to see Jamal Murray, this battle that you have going back and forth, get fouled in a close game where if that 2 points comes in, you have a 2-point game and anything can happen. But unfortunately, they did not call the foul. There's no challenge in the NBA if the foul was not called. You can only challenge a called foul. So there was no way to challenge it. They end up fouling Mitchell, and Mitchell scored 2 more free throws. Hopefully I didn't mix those 2 names up too much through this video because they both scored 50 points. It's pretty easy to get them mixed up right now. But that was the game. The only other thing I wanted to mention was there was a play that I just love this in basketball. Actually, there's 2 more things. Is you had Rudy Gobert try to flop on Jokic, and Jokic just dunks over a Rudy on his back. And that is basketball. I wish we'd come back to that. I hate these flopping players, and I hope that it's not going to happen because the stars are just going to keep flopping and anything's going to happen. Obviously, you have James Harden, the king of the floppers. LeBron James acts like he got shot every time he gets fouled. And KP always argues with me because he's a big LeBron fan. And it's like, oh, that's smart basketball, which, too, there is a point there. But at the same time, I hate it. I hate watching those things. Then the other thing that I wanted to mention in this video is that the clear path foul, I believe, needs to be changed. Right now, you get 2 free throws and the ball, and that ended up being a big swing in this game, especially in a 2-point game. You have Utah getting a 4-point play essentially from that, and I do think that the team should be punished, but maybe it should just be you get the team foul, and no matter what, the other team gets 2 points. So it's kind of like a goaltending plus a foul, where they get the bucket and you get the foul, which could be good. And then obviously if there's an and one, that's not a clear path foul anyway. That could be an intentional foul or a, what do they call it? Flagrant foul. And if they make the bucket, then you get an and one. So I think you could do that. But a compromise compared to what they have now is maybe you do it where you have 2 points and a free throw, but no ball. So it could become a 3-point play. So it's still it's still a big deal for the defending team to not want to foul. One of those two things I think should happen, because right now, I mean, you could get 2 points or 2 free throws and the ball and knock down a 3. That could be a 5-point swing. You know, I think it's right now it's just too steep of a penalty, but I don't know if they're going to actually make that move or not. But you have a 129-127 finish for the Utah over Denver. It was actually a little bit farther apart than that because you had Jamal Murray making that buzzer beater at the end, so it was kind of more of like a 5-point game. But still, great game. Came down to the wire. The last minute, both teams had a chance. I don't know if Denver... I don't know what they can do. If Utah keeps shooting like this, I mean, as KP says, they're going all the way. I mean, this is a ridiculous run they're having. 3 games of over 45% from 3. I think one of those games they shot only like 48% from the field. Oh, that's terrible. No, it's still fantastic. 3 games of over 48% from the field, over 85% from the free throw line for each game. It's just incredible what Utah's doing. But that is the recap for August 23rd, Sunday. If put down your comments if you agree with anything, if you have anything to add or whatnot, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Please share with your friends. Do all those things. And thank you for watching to the end. And we will see you again tomorrow. See ya.